Now, away from that, Nigeria's national electricity grid generated more than 3.537 megawatts at exactly 6 p.m., supplied by 14 GENSCO. Now, to address the sector's challenges, President Bola Tinubu inaugurated an 11-member committee to oversee the creation of the Grid Assessment Management Company Limited, which will improve grid management, strengthen transitions, review law, and tackle standard power generation following Federal Executive Council approval. Joining us now to further unpack this is Dr. Idowu Oyebanjo, the MD, Idfon Powering Engineering Consultants. He joins us from Abeokuta, Ogun State. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Nigeria generates more electricity than it is sometimes able to transmit, leading to stranded power. Now, from a power systems perspective, what are the core technical weaknesses in the country's grid that cause this problem?
The misalignment of investment is a major technical weakness. And this is something hopefully the GAMCO can resolve. When there is a poor coordination of investment in the transmission system, you have this kind of situation where you generate up to 15,000 megawatts, you can only transmit 5,500 megawatts, and worse still, you can only distribute to consumers just 3,500 megawatts. It's because of poor planning. It's poorly coordinated, poorly managed system of investment. And so this is what GAMCO aims to address. So apart from inadequate transmission capacity that we have discussed, there is also the distribution capacity. It's not enough too. So rather than focusing only on transmission now in GAMCO, and then later after 13 years, we'll come back to be looking for another DIMCO to fix the distribution problem. They should make it end to end as a gas to power initiative. That's one. There is also the weakness of the fact that there is not what we call N-1 security philosophy in the investments made so far in the transmission system. So the investment is not enough. It doesn't have N-1 contingency, and I hope GAMCO, if it is filled with the right people, it will be able to do that.
Now let's look at
also, yeah. Okay.
Apologies. Let's look at what you've just said. Now, the government did say that the proposed grid asset management company, what you have mentioned as GAMCO, will help optimize grid management and transmissions. Now, technically speaking, how could a structure like this improve grid stability as well as efficiency?
Yeah, so meritocracy is the first thing that this structure must aim for. And what it will need to do is to centralize asset management. So by centralizing asset management, it will be able to achieve the objective. Another thing it has to do is proper power system planning. So in power system development, you must carry out power system studies and make sure that the investments you make, they are in the right places. That has not been the case in the history of Nigeria. What they have been doing in investment is political investment. So if we are really serious for the first time, we should make sure that meritocracy is the basis for investment, power system planning, power system protection, provision of reactive power compensation are some of the things that are required to be done by this GAMCO to effectively make sure that we have a more reliable and optimized power system. So in this case, you are going to upgrade a lot of facilities quickly so that you use them as quick wins.
Now, when we look at transmission, which of course has been long described as the weakest link in Nigeria's electricity value chain, what specific investments and investors or upgrades are most urgently needed to strengthen the national grid?
A comprehensive integrated system planning is required. You upgrade your substations, just like GAMCO has planned. You upgrade transmission corridors. You have to invest in lines. Most of the power that you have generated that are stranded. They don't have evacuation corridor. It's so shameful that a country will go and put the square peg in triangular holes so that they don't fit. And then the people cannot plan. They will go and build power substation. There will be no evacuation corridor. You spend billions of money, naira, in building a system, but you don't have the way to push it out to consumers. So that should not happen with this new structure if we are serious. You should do a lot of upgrade of lines, and you build new lines also. You upgrade transformers, you also install new transformers, and also you upgrade substations and build new substations. But you must do so with power system studies, not willy-nilly, not by fiat. You must do power system studies. You must put people who have the knowledge, people who have worked in power systems that have been functional. How can somebody who has not worked in a power system that has electricity, how can you really be helped to get? So this is why you have to get foreign powers actually to help Nigeria if you must get electricity. Because let's come to the facts. You don't really know what it takes to have a 24/7 electricity system if you have never experienced it.
Now, beyond policy announcements, what practical steps should Nigerians expect to see if the government is truly serious about fixing the country's persistent power supply challenges?
The first thing is meritocracy. If they appoint a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor, a medical doctor, to go and be the minister of power, that's the first thing that will tell people that you are lying. That's the first thing that will tell people that you are not serious. If you put the committee and the people in the committee, there is no power person there, no experienced power engineers there, no people who understand power system there, people will quickly know you are playing. If you set up this company and you don't put power engineers there in the right executive positions for them to take proper decisions, and if you don't give them KPIs to monitor what they are doing, to also specifically state what you expect from them with timelines and time bounds, you are only joking. People will know you are joking. It is just the same old story. Nothing will come out of it. So we expect now that this time around, the constitution of the company, the incorporated company, the GAMCO company, will be made up of people, the square pegs and the square hole, and these people will take the rest of the matter and do the best things. They will also coordinate with existing institutions like Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, like FGM Power Co, NDPHC, and Transmission Company of Nigeria. They will work with Nigeria Independent System Operator. The people, meritocracy is the only thing that can deliver a successful power system in Nigeria, from my expert opinion.
Dr. Idowu, thank you so much for your time and your insights.